Welcome in, guys, to game number 1. We've got FreakinAndy in the orange playing as the Chinese. And his opponent is going to be Capoch, the reigning champion, playing as the Gurjaras. This is a tough matchup for Capoch right off the bat because with the Gurjaras, I feel like it's not a bad civ. It's actually a very strong civilization in its own right. Quite a unique civilization. We'll take a look at kind of what their strengths and weaknesses are in a second. But first, I really want to talk about the Chinese. The Chinese are probably the undisputed best Arabia civ. Not by a big margin. They are not like the best by far, but they are overall the best Arabia civ out there right now. They get off to a really good start, a couple extra villagers, and they also have a ton of options as the game goes on. They've got camels, they've got crossbows into arbalists, they've got cavalier, they've got halb. A ton of really solid options that they can go for, as well as a relevant, unique unit. And then combining that with a good economy, good early game, savings on all techs, it makes for a really strong civilization. And I think it's no surprise that Andy would choose to play the Chinese on Arabia. Classic map, pick the strongest civ. He had a draft advantage and see what happens. Over on Capoch's side, he's playing the Gujaras. Both players are going to be going about their standard openings. Gujaras have a very unique opening. They put the goats into the mill, which generates a passive food income. But aside from that, the Gujaras don't really have the craziest start ever. This is what makes it very unique. You got the 2 berries, but they have standard villager start, of course, so they're going to be getting up to, a decent early game. In the mid game, they obviously start with a camel scout as well. In the mid game, they don't have knight access, but they have Shravamsha riders. They've got some decent, cavalry from those guys. They've got very strong camels. But then they have mediocre range units, and then going into the late game, a decent mix of options. They got bombard cannons, Chinese don't. So they have some options over the Chinese in late game. They also have a big discount on all food units. So I would say in late game, Gujaras can be favored, but the hardest moment is going to be probably the early and mid game, where Chinese will start to pull ahead, and it could be tricky for the Gujaras. So the strategy here for Capoch is probably going to be to just drag this one out, kind of feel out Andy a little bit. Have a little bit of a pause here. If you can try to survive to the later stages of the round, of the game, I think Gujaras can definitely start pulling ahead. Shravamsha riders get really strong in Imperial Age. Taking a look at the map, though, Capoch has some nasty golds.
Yes.
All right, looks like there's a little bit of lag, but they should be ready here. Yeah, both players are just going to go up for their standard starts here on Arabia. Nothing too special. Map for Capoch, though, as we were analyzing real quick. Forward gold here. Another forward gold as well. Secondary gold in the back, though. It's going to help him a lot for that mid game. Have access to gold for sure. Stones are pretty stones are pretty hard to defend as well. I can see the lag here a little bit as well. It's very weird that they're playing with some lag. But yeah, for those who are just coming in, this is going to be Capoch's hardest challenge yet. He is a 3-time champion so far of Winner Stays On. If he gets to 5 in a row, he becomes a season champion, a season winner, and yeah, he will get an extra $500. So far, it's been $100 a week. So Capoch secured himself $300, and now he's playing for a potential $1,000 in the next 2 weeks, which would be kind of crazy if you can win 5 in a row. But this is his biggest challenge yet. Andy is a really strong player. Andy, just for context, for those who might not know him, he actually just went top 16 in the Warlords tournament that just came out, an S-tier tournament. Capoch did not even qualify for that tournament. And so Andy, on paper, is a better player than Capoch. And we also gave him a draft advantage for this one, just to showcase how hard this will be for Capoch today. That being said, Capoch has won 3 weeks in a row. He's feeling the momentum. He's got a lot at stake. So it's going to be really interesting. I don't know. I've seen Capoch roll through 3 weeks with very little pushback. There's been some decently close sets, but I think no one really questioned whether Capoch would win or not. I think Capoch never even went to the match point. He's always been winning comfortably. And so having a really tough opponent with a draft advantage like Andy, this is going to be Capoch's biggest test. He's going to go for the second lumber camp off to the top right here. Okay. And honestly, I don't mind how his map is set up. He's got like the back berries, 2 woodlines with some walls. So you can kind of defend that main gold as well. And you can easily wall the bottom. And this map is also looking decent. He's sticking on 1 lumber camp, which is interesting. I feel like that's probably a response to how awkward his map is. Yeah, if you went for the second woodline, it is looking awkward. This one's exposed. So like Andy's map is like objectively not the best, but I think he set it up in a nice way, taking only one lumber camp, making the walls like this down to the DC to protect it. Berries are like pretty exposed, but the gold is to the back at least. That's going to be somewhat easy to defend. And Andy is simply just going to open some scouts. Okay. Scouts opening from Andy here. Now we got Capoch here with the double bit axe coming up, the barracks coming up. And going with the spear opening. 2 spears right off the bat. Interesting. So Capoch is not really committing to a second building right off the bat, which is what you'd normally see. You normally see a stable or a range right away. Either that or some militia play. We're seeing nothing like that from Capoch. What is he cooking? Is he going to go for a stable now? Yeah, he goes for the stable now. So delayed his stable to get out a couple spears early. That's probably in response to Andy clicking up so fast. By the way, should I have Andy in the color red or should I just keep him in orange? I'm never really sure what to do with that. Let me know in the chat, guys, what you'd prefer. I feel like orange-blue is okay, but I wouldn't mind just red. Alright, I think most people are okay with keeping it orange. And so we'll just keep it orange, guys. I like to add some uniqueness, you know? Yeah, orange is refreshing. We see blue-red all the time, especially when I'm playing. I always like to keep it blue-red. Yeah, take a look at how Andy's walling the map real quick. We see the 3 scouts coming in for aggression. Andy behind it, he's walling up the map. It's really, really well set up. Like, honestly, big props to him. Keeping everything walled up nicely, sending the 3 scouts in for aggression. But Capoch is there with a spearman. Doesn't want to lose the series too early here. Obviously, he is playing with the weaker civ, right? Like, this is what I love about Winner Stays On. The draft is always super unique. Capoch is playing with the weaker civ. He needs to play strategically. He can't just match Andy and play scouts v scouts, try to attack him right away. He decides to play defensive scouts, stay safe with the spearmen, and just wall up. Because he knows if he tries to play aggressive against the Chinese, it's like they're going to have more resources. Take a look. Resources ahead for Andy. It also has more pop, extra couple vills. So it's going to be tough for Capoch to just run at Andy and try to trade with him like crazy. He wants to play a little safer. That being said, he is going to the middle of the map now with a few scouts. Andy's coming in with now 5 scouts. 2 spears for Capoch, but they are disconnected. He's got to be careful. And looks like Capoch picks up a spear in the middle of the map. Andy, though, is completely and fully walled at this point. No holes whatsoever. And so now Andy gets the green light to attack Capoch's base. And behind it, Andy does not need to worry about any damage coming into him. This is a really good advantage for Andy to just, you know, put pressure, look for some kills, not have to worry about any damage at home. Ooh, Andy's looking. Capoch's defense has been solid so far. Capoch also spamming down some walls. Oh my god. He's got 5 vills on walling duty right now. I think is he panicking a little bit? It's hard to tell. It's a little bit of panic. Andy is going to just run away. The spearmen. Yeah, he's got quite a few of them. 4 spears. Will force all the aggression back. Only 1 death so far. The spearman is the only unit to have died. But here we go. More death to follow. 1 scout down. That spearman avenging the death of the prior spearman. Love to see it. And one thing I haven't talked about a lot yet, just to introduce the series, I always like to talk about it every week. This is the series, guys. Winner Stays On for the top 100 players. Oh, Andy, I might have to delay my speech here a little bit. Andy dives in, looking for a kill. Gets it under Capoch's nose. That is crazy. That was a good play from Andy. Gets a villager. Right before the walls were coming down, by the way. That was a perfect time on that villager snipe. Really well played to Andy. He's going to get himself a nice advantage. Take a look. He's now 400 res up over Capoch, which is ridiculous. Being up 400 res right now, he's almost up to Castle Age off that advantage. Showing really the power of the Chinese. So yeah, I want to talk about Winner Stays On. It's a best of 7 every week between top 100 players. Everyone can sign up in the top 100. And if you're picked, you have to be in the top 100 to compete. And it's just a nice little way to keep the ladder active. You know, reward the people that are, you know, playing on the ladder. The people that are, you know, actively grinding, actively trying to improve, that kind of stuff. Give them some money to play for. We have a really nice sponsor named Stonejaws on the channel here on Twitch that has set us up for the first 6 weeks covered and sponsored. So it's a really nice tournament to help, you know, give some incentive to these guys that are playing a lot, grinding a lot, and I think they deserve to play for some money every now and then. Once a week, of course, on the channel. The Spearman from Capoch pushing everything back here. Andy's just going to go back, and he's going to do something really smart. He's going to hide the Spearman into the town center. It's going to give them some passive healing. Not a lot, but a decent amount of healing over time. And now, going into Castle Age, like, Andy is fully safe, right? He's walled up. But his map is not necessarily that good to just, like, boom up in his base. Like, he doesn't have that many woodlands. This one at the back. Can't really make a town center here. This wood's almost about to run out. Like, it's going to last him another 10 minutes, maybe. This wood is hard to access. So, with all that said, I think that Andy should use the Castle Age to put some pressure on the map and look to secure some map control. And it looks like he might try something like that. He's going to add some spears in. I wonder if he wants to go Pike Siege Push or if he's just adding a few spears to defend right now. And here's the thing. Behind it, Capoch is adding a second stable. He's going to go 2 stables. Looks like Andy's picking up Bloodlines. So Andy's maybe thinking about Light Cav. And we'll see what he decides to go for here. We'll see what Andy goes for first, and then we'll see Capoch's reply. Andy goes for a town center. Does Capoch see this one? Capoch does not know about that town center. Take a look. His vision does not reach there. So he doesn't really know that Andy's choosing to go for a town center here. Andy takes a fight here on the hill. Looks like spears on spears action. Looking pretty good for Andy, I would say. He's going to push everything back. He invested quite a bit into spears, and Andy is indeed going to go light cav. And this is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Andy recognizes that he had some wood problems back here in his base. He recognizes that he just doesn't have a lot of wood. It's very hard to boom. There's a lot of space, but no resources back here. So decides to make a town center out here near the stone to secure that one, and it's near woodline. Now, the downsides of doing that, as we see some skirmishes on the right side, the downside of that TC, right, is that now Capoch has an angle to push from. Capoch can claim this hill. Capoch can start mangonelling down the town center, potentially, if he wants to go for that. Capoch went for infantry armor. What? He actually upgraded the spearman. That's crazy. He doesn't have pikemen, though. Does he know he doesn't have pikemen? I don't think he knows. He's making spearmen. Gujaras do not have pikes, guys. And I'm not sure if Capoch knows that or not. He's going to add 2 TCs right away and get both eco upgrades. So Capoch is going for a heavy, heavy economy opening. Maybe trying to catch up with the Chinese. I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong with going spears here. Yes, they won't be upgraded to pikemen, but I guess the spears are still decent to control the map. I personally feel like camels would do the trick just enough, but Capoch feels like he needs to have camels and spears at the same time. I mean, this could be a good time to go for a forward siege if you already have a lot of spears on the field. It is a bit weird, like, Capoch is now floating quite a bit of gold. He's not pushing, he's actually just going for a boom, but he's investing into a lot of spears, which don't scale well. I feel like he's in between strategies here, guys. I don't want to be too critical, but I do feel like he's in between strategies right now. Got a market going up for Andy. Andy's doing a great job balancing his res here. He actually had a lot of gold, so he took 2 vills off gold to make farms. Really smart. I love to see stuff like that. Andy's got a huge mix of units. He's got spears, camels, light cav, and monks. I swear I saw an AI make this army the other day, and they were controlling it in the same fashion. Take a look at this. Oh my goodness. That is like how you start a campaign. I swear I started a Saracen campaign with this exact army. That is crazy. Love to see it, though. Andy's going to go for a forward siege himself. No, this is not a forward siege. This is the middle of the map siege. Crazy that he just went for a siege workshop blind as well. I guess he knows that Capoch's army is off here, but I always think about that. Like, what if Capoch decided to patrol the scout? Like, it's just a free kill, you know? But it's hard to know. Like, in game, you're not thinking about that. That's the crazy part about the Fog of War. All right, now we see Andy's coming in here with pikeman tech coming in. Pikeman's going to push everything back. Pikeman is, like, significantly stronger than spears. They get an extra attack, extra 10 HP. It's quite reasonable. The spears do have extra blacksmith upgrades, so it might actually come down to a pretty even fight there. Camels chasing camels away. Siege Workshop is secured, but Capoch is only there for the relics anyways. He picks up one relic. Goes for now a 4th Town Center at the back. And he goes for his 4th Town Center. Both players love to boom it out. Also, normally we do a vote for Arabia or Arena Game 1. But for the last 3 weeks, as I did the votes, it's been Arena Game 1 every single time. So today, I said no vote for the chats. Let them play Arabia Game 1. Just to kind of mix things up here. But Arena is still in the map pool. We'll take a look at the map pool after this one. Arena's still in the map pool. Another pause from Andy. Okay, keep an eye on that guy. He's pausing a lot. That couldn't be me, guys. I would never pause in a tournament. Alright, a little bit of lag as the camels go in. And I don't think we'll see a conversion. Nope, camels getting simply pushed back. There we go. Town Watch coming in. Bloodlines now on the way in for Capoch. Town Watch is so nice. Take a look at his vision. Look at Town Watch. Oh my goodness. Dude, it's just night and day when you get Town Watch, I swear. It's literally night and day. Like, Town Watch, it's like when you loosen up the tie, when you're wearing a suit, right? And you loosen up the tie, it's like you can finally breathe. That's what it feels like when you get Town Watch. Like, take a look at this. He was like, no vision earlier. Now he's got a really good amount of vision. He can see threats coming in a mile away. Like, take a look at this, 5 Spearman army. It's not a threat, but if it was, he'd see it coming in a mile away and be able to react here, which is really nice. And he's launching a little bit of a push here, though. Bit of a late castle age push. You got Forging, you got Husbandry coming in, even going Sanctity. He likes the monks. Andy is known for his monks. Capoch gonna commit to this one, sends in the 2 scouts. No conversion whatsoever. Love to see it there if you're a Capoch fan. Ooh, Capoch looping back in. Goes for a 2nd monk. Definitely good value from those 2 scouts. Thank you for the raid, Dressar. Appreciate it. Now we see more Mangonel pressure from Andy. Capoch does something really interesting. He just picks up Redemption. Wants to deal with this push as fast as possible. But Andy's going to go with the forward castle as well. Andy's really committed to this late castle push. He wants to win the map, go for the forward castle here. How is Capoch going to defend this? He's got enough stone for a castle, almost. He's 100 off. This is a really crucial moment. I could imagine the Capoch converting the Mangonel, and then the Mangonel shooting the foundation of the castle, maybe. Something like that could be insane. Mangonel's getting converted. I don't think it will get converted. Now we see the castle being dropped down. Ooh, are we going to see a counter castle from Capoch? We are going to see the counter castle, and looks like Andy just abandons and makes it on the hill. Yo, that is so smart. Andy baits the castle from Capoch. Capoch reacts to the castle, and Andy makes his castle on the hill. To now Treb, as he's up to Imp, to Treb from the hill. That is a ridiculously good play from Andy. That's so smart. And I just don't think Capoch was ready for that at all. Now that Capoch's castle is looking hella sad. Looking lonely. Bottom of the hill. It has no friends. Okay, that's just me projecting. But anyways, the castle... It still doesn't look like a very good castle now. Because Andy's got the hill. He's got the Trebs coming out in just 2 minutes. And I don't know. I don't feel like Capoch has enough compensation for having a defensive castle like that. And he's now getting some outposts down. Yeah, Capoch, that's really interesting. Capoch doesn't even know about the castle. Like, I guess you could imagine that there's a castle there. But from Capoch's perspective, maybe he thinks he's in a decent position. He's also massing Chakram. He doesn't know that Andy's up to Imp. Or maybe he does and he's going to go all in Castle Age? Big fight here. This is going to favor Capoch, though. If Andy's not careful, he could lose some camels. Goes back at just the right moment. Also picks up Devotion. Ooh, Capoch is going to castle the hill. That's not a bad choice. It's going to give him a nice little position here. But Andy's going to take another hill here as well. And Andy's got the Imperial Age. Capoch is yet to click. I don't know. These Chakram throwers, I feel like they just stalled him from getting Imperial Age. He really needed Imperial Age to kick in. This could be extremely tricky. Like, if Capoch... Yeah, if Capoch can hold these next 3 minutes when there's Trebs on his face, I'd be really impressed. So far, it's looking like big advantage to Andy. And it's crazy because we haven't had a lot of fighting in this game. But Andy's been able to put himself in a really good position despite not a lot of fighting. Ooh, light cap coming in. Capoch maybe taking this one a little bit too rushed. This is not a good fight for Capoch at all. He's getting decimated. Absolutely decimated by the pikeman camel combo that Andy's got in the field. The monks got sniped as well. The chakrams are late to the party. This is getting extremely messy for Capoch, which is not what he needs right now. He needs clean fights. Chakrams are there. Yo, Chakram is honestly a really good unit versus Camel. Like, Camel Pike, this is like the dream Chakram position. So if there's any hope that Capoch can win this game and kind of find his way back, it's through the Chakram thrower. Trebuchet's already out in the field though, which it's going to make things really hard because now that Treb, like, from the hill, this castle stands no chance. That town center will die. All of these buildings could be, could die. Now we see Andy going for some camels himself, also picking up ballistics. Might find himself going Camo Chukanu. It's a pretty good combo. Camo Chukanu, double gold comp. End the game pretty fast with that one. Chakram getting to decent numbers here. 15 of them. I just worry that we're not going to have the castle production. Like, Capoch is choosing to repair this one. This one, I think you got to let it go down, honestly. This castle just has to be put down. It's going to sap all of Capoch's stone. It's getting Treb down from the hill. We are not holding this one, Capoch. There's no way we're going to hold this one. He's investing hundreds of stone into repairing and defending this castle. I feel like giving this up and repairing this castle on the hill might be the better choice. Let's see what Capoch thinks. He's up to Imperial Age now. He's in a pretty bad position, but I wouldn't say he's dead just yet. Picks up the heavy camel himself. Has a good amount of chakram throwers. The castle's being repaired, but now the stone is out. And the castle's surely going to go down unless Capoch buys some stone. He got masonry as well. He's really holding on to the castle, but it's going to die. It's just a matter of time. Castle down. There we go. Castle down. If you're an Andy fan, it's looking really good. If you're a Capoch fan, you still got 6 more games, even if this one is not going to pan out properly for you. And that castle now, because we wasted our stone on the right side castle, this castle, we can't keep it up. Even though it was on the hill, I think that was a crucial mistake from Capoch. Needed to sacrifice that right side castle. Maginot shots. The chakrams are in, taking out the scorpions pretty comfortably. Lost 6 or 7 of them, though, to Maginot shots. It's not ideal. Now we see Thumbering coming in, Halberdier tech coming in. And he's teching into everything. The Chinese late game just has everything on the field. Now Capoch is at 155 pop, right? And the problem with Capoch's position is that he doesn't have the map anymore. Take a look at Andy. He's got now castles coming up on the left-hand side. He's claiming the golds. He's got every single middle hill he's got in his control, right? Like this hill he's set, this hill he's set. I really just feel like Capoch has nothing on the map at the moment. His only hope is to like mass up enough army to take one big fight and somehow push back one area of the map and take it from there. He does have 3 relics. Looking for some positives here. Capoch does have 3 relics. But man, it's hard to find positives when Andy's coming forward. Take a look at what's coming here. There's like 100 units on my screen right now. 5 Trebs, couple siege units behind it. Scorpions, Maginals. Halberdier to defend it. Chukanu as well. Elite Chukanu, mind you. And Andy has a forward castle. I don't know how you're fighting this. Capoch is going in though. He's got chakrams and camels. He's busting through a little bit. He broke through the front lines. This is actually much better than I thought it would be for Capoch, honestly. But still, obviously, just not enough. Broke through the front lines of Andy's attack, but just couldn't do anything to the DPS at the back. Couldn't even snipe the siege units. Couldn't kill any trebuchet. Capoch goes down, and Andy picks up 1 point in the series. Starting off pretty strong for our Austrian player here. Yeah, okay, recapping this game, guys. I have a couple mistakes that I want to point out for Capoch. And this is because he played with a weaker civ. So right here, as we get into the castle age, right? As we get into the castle age, Andy hits castle age first, right? And then Andy also goes for a town center outside his base. At this point, Capoch hasn't even hit castle age. At this point, I think what Capoch should have done is start to launch a siege push. If your opponent gets up to castle faster, you cannot catch up with the boom. You have to push. And I think Capoch had a really nice hill to push from here, and he could have punished Andy's forward town center. So yes, it was a civ win for Andy. Yes, Chinese are better than Gurjaras, but take a look at the resources that Capoch was working with. If you went for a siege workshop with 2 stable camel and went for monk siege camel push, that would be really hard for Andy to hold. And I honestly think that Capoch had a really good chance to win the game with that approach. Because he didn't do that, he just boomed. He added the 4th town center. Andy adds the 4th town center. And then Andy takes the map before Capoch is ready to defend. Take a look at this. Now, Capoch has a decent amount of res, but, Andy's pulling ahead. Andy now also has the map control. And now, if Capoch wants to push back, he has to push uphill. So this is where it gets really hard for the Capoch, for the Gurjaras player, for Capoch to really do anything. I think that was a strategic loss for Capoch. Definitely went with the wrong approach, but sometimes it's hard to locate that when you're in game. It's easier for me as a caster that sees the whole screen to decide what can be done. But in the end, 1-0 for Andy. We've got FreakinAndy playing in orange as the Malians, and we got Capoch playing in blue as the Lithuanians. We'll first take a look at the map because Mega Random is very, very unique, very different. You never know what generation you're going to get. This looks like more of a land map, an open land map, though. You got, extra sheep compared to your standard Arabia. Less berries, though. A bit less gold and a bit less stone. But other than that, it looks like a generic land map, similar to something like Arabia, but with more, I guess, more spread out, but smaller woodlines. Yeah, looking like a decent map here. Capoch rocking the Lithuanians. Andy's rocking the Malians here. And honestly, I feel like the Malians might be better suited for an Arabia style map. Lithuanians tend to be better on hybrid kind of map, with some water included, water and land mix. But let's take a look. I mean, Capoch is 0-1 down, but he can definitely, quite easily bounce back if he wins this game. Tie it all up. Gonna go for a lumber camp in the front now. He's got his 2 boars pretty comfortable. Got a nice back woodline as well. Gold is pretty well spread out for him. And one thing I want to notice is that these players are quite close together. Like, there's not a lot of distance here. Oh my goodness, Andy's going to go for a lame. Oh, I did not expect that. Capoch knows about this. He sees the boar running. His scout is in no position to stop that, though. Andy might just get a quick boar lame. Andy did not come around here to mess around. Andy came to play today. He's going to be going with a boar lure, luring one at home as well. This is extremely tough opening for Andy. He's got to lure a boar at home while stealing one. He does it flawlessly. Yeah, ridiculous. Ridiculous boar lame there from Andy. Does cost him 20 HP on the scout, but I think most players would take that trade. It's now going to be 3 boars for Andy and only 1 for Capoch. And I think Capoch has to get to luring these deer because, yeah, he's now down an entire boar. Does have 4 deer, though. I think if he starts luring, he should be fine. Like, it's not the end of the world. Whenever you get lamed, people ask me this all the time. Whenever you get lamed, the steps you need to take is usually like more to berries, learn your deer, maybe consider adding 1 farm in Dark Age if you need to. Just to kind of like make up for the lost food from the boar. Sometimes you can choose to play a bit more defensive as well. Choose to play defensive, not really go for the sharp builds. Let's take a look. 3rd boar coming in now for Andy. No mistakes. So he's going to get a clean 3 boar start here. And his economy seems very solid behind it. Goes for a mill now. And Capoch is starting to learn some deer. So resource-wise, Andy's off to a good start. However, Andy does have 20 HP less on the scout. Capoch still has some deer. He starts with an extra 100 food because he's Lithuanians as well. So I think Capoch should be kind of okay here. But he's got to be careful in the feudal age not to play too sharp of an opening. I'm curious to see what Andy goes for. Andy's a little bit greedy. He gets the 3 boars and he wants to lure some deer. So yeah, quite a greedy opening from Andy. And there's another pause, by the way.
Yes.
Damn, these guys are pausing a lot. But I understand why. Sometimes there's game freezes that happen. Pausing is the best way to not have those impact the game too much. So I totally understand it. Yeah, Capoch, honestly, big props to Capoch. I think he is recovering from this board lane better than you could expect. Goes up to Feudal Age, actually faster than Andy, despite the board lane. He's not even behind in resources collected as well, because he lured in all 4 deer. So, like, I'm not even sure Capoch is necessarily behind right now. It's definitely not ideal. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely not ideal. But I don't think it's like he's losing because of this board lane. I think he's just going to be on the back foot a little bit. There's been a lot of talk around the community as well of like banning laming from tournaments and, you know, necessarily how strong it is, whether it's broken, whether it doesn't really matter. And honestly, I think one boar, I don't think that really changes too much. If you react well, and I think Capoch has in this case, I think one boar is not the end of the world. Capoch has enough food to get by in the early Feudal Age, and he can do pretty much everything he wanted to do, he'd normally do if he had that extra boar. Alright, going into Feudal Age here, we see Capoch just swelling up his map a little bit. I imagine Andy's doing something similar, but he's going to go for the couple militia. Oh, that's smart. Is he using the militia to scout his map here? That's so smart. I don't know what he's looking for. I guess he scouted a little bit, might as well. And he knows exactly where to go, because he obviously did take the boar. I can see 3 militia, potentially some kind of men-at-arm opening now from Andy. He hasn't clicked men-at-arm yet, though. He went for double bid-axe instead. Capoch goes for a stable in the front. He needs to quick wall this fast. Did see that militia. I don't know if he actually did see it, though. Andy just going to pass by that stable. No, goes back for it. Let's see. This is Capoch's vision. He should have a decent, like, 1 or 2 seconds to react. This is so crucial that he does react. 3 militia coming in. Capoch, no, does not get the reaction, but does have the spearman at least. Oh, we'll pick up the scout as well. Andy losing that scout real quick. 95%. Just get the stable. And Capoch walls up. Stable's down. Capoch walls up. Behind it, though, Capoch does take some damage with the... Or to the TC with the scout. Oh, those men-at-arms are slapping. They are so powerful. Capoch has to respect those men-at-arms. Goes to gold early, by the way. Maybe he'll switch to a range to deal with those guys. Remember, Malian men-at-arms, by the way, we don't talk about this enough. They get an extra pierce armor. So they are, like, reasonably tanky. They become a 2 pierce armor unit. Scouts coming up now for Capoch, and he is walling up the map quite nicely. Behind this as well, Andy has walled up, you know, pretty much the entire base. Also goes for a market now. Wow. It sends a men-at-arms into fast castle. Normally when you see men-at-arms, you see like a really fast aggression follow-up with like men-at-arm into archer or like forward skirm. In this case, Andy is literally just, oh, there's a hole. Hold that thought, Hera. There's a hole. And this is exactly what Capoch needed to get back in the game here. This is perfect for him. This is the mental win too. Kills 1 villager, continues going. Oh, Andy's got to react. He's the Black Forest player. He's got this one. He's got this one. I'm telling you, those Black Forest players, they never fail quick walls. They're so good at quick walling. There we go. Yeah, Andy's really clutch with that. Still only 1 vill down. Not the end of the world here for Andy. Capoch is looking for more. You can see him running around with the scouts. Might find this one. I think you commit. I think you commit for it. Yep. Capoch commits. Doesn't even lose a scout. Ooh, 2 vills down. Capoch is in the zone right now. This is exactly what he needed. I'm telling you, the mental aspect of finding a hole and killing 2 vills is just absolutely insane for Capoch. I would be so impressed if Capoch wins the series. Like, seriously, we did not make it easy for him. We gave him such a big disadvantage in the draft. Well, it was like a level 1 disadvantage in the draft, to be fair. But considering his opponent is Andy, the fact that Andy also has a draft advantage is really tough for Capoch. So we made it hard. I'm not going to lie to you guys. As a host here on Winner Stays On, being fully transparent, We are not going to make it easy for people to win 5 straight. Capoch is also kind of trapped into Andy's base now. It's kind of like the downside of running in. It's like, yeah, you get the damage, but sometimes you can't really leave. So Capoch, I probably expect these guys to get cleared up. He'll probably run around a little bit more, but they'll probably get cleared up. Behind it, though, not doing a whole lot. He's massing a couple archers. Yeah, there's a few archers, a couple spearmen. Nothing too crazy, but, you know, still has a decent amount of army on the field. Bro, why are you casting? No play today. Today is watching Wednesdays, guys. On Wednesdays, we tend to watch other people play, give my wrist a break a little bit. And we have winner stays on every Wednesday. Weekly events. It's nice to give the spotlight to other players every now and then. Give them a chance to play for some money, especially a lot of these players on winner stays on don't always compete in the top level tournaments. Of course, this week it just so happens that Andy is a top level player who does compete in the top tournaments. Same can be said for Capoch, who has won 3 weeks in a row. And now we see a tower coming up from Capoch. So he's not satisfied with the 2 kills he got. He wants more. He wants more. He's starting to add more scouts as well. Is he up to Castle Age or no? No, he's not. He's so far from the Castle Age. Andy's actually up right now. But there's a lot of pressure coming in. We got archers with fletching, by the way. We got a tower. Andy sold 100 stone and bought it back. Oof, that's not a good sign. Having to buy back the stone is the worst feeling ever. I love this, by the way. So many players don't do this. I can tell you firsthand as a player. I mean, you guys probably play the game as well. Some of you guys, at least. And if you've ever dealt with a tower that's stonewalled in, it's just so annoying. You can't kill it with vills. You have to invest into siege. Capoch looping around with a few archers here, looking to find some damage. Forcing another tower from Andy. And so what you're going to see here, this is like textbook punishment from Capoch of a faster castle. So like Andy's plan was to get faster castle, right? And he will get that. But the problem is, because of this pressure from Capoch, Andy is forced into 2 towers. Look at this. He's getting to Castle Age. Andy can't even afford to feed his villagers. He's got no economy. Forget about going for knights, going for siege. He can barely afford the basics right now. He's got 5 on food, and his only focus is defending his base. He might go for a defensive siege workshop. He might go 1 or 2 knights. But this is really not the Castle Age that Andy dreamed of when he was young. Let me just tell you that much. He had to buy back some stone, had to mine the stone. And then behind this, Capoch, yes, he's later to Castle Age. But Capoch's economy, untouched. Completely clean, okay? Big 2 vill snipe there. Damn, didn't expect that. Capoch picks up 2 vills. And he scrambles down a siege workshop as well. So on top of all the messiness that Andy's had to like deal with, he also lost 2 vills. This is a really bad position now from Andy. Let's see if he can bring it back. Siege workshop will push back the tower. Could deal with the archers. I think Andy needs some big shots to the mangonel maybe to get back into this game. Gold access is also looking a bit dubious. He can't really access this one. I mean, I guess he can a little bit. Not really. He's getting hit a little bit as well with the tower. So it's looking somewhat rough in terms of economy for Andy. In terms of everything, really. Capoch is up to Castle Age as well. And like, take a look. The next 2 minutes. Normally, your opponent's Castle Age. Oh, you're sweating. The opponent's Castle Age and you are cowering behind your walls. You're hoping the knights don't break in. But in this case, the situation is completely flipped. Capoch, although he's waiting to get the Castle Age and although he's behind, he's actually in the driver's seat still. He's still dictating the pace of the game. And he's cruising in these 2 minutes. He's not scared at all. He's got the walls up. He's got a few archers behind it as well. He's still attacking. Kills it. 1 vill goes for a second. Kills a second. That's 4 vills down total. Eco KD, as you can see, 6 for Capoch, 0 for Andy. And if I told you that Andy stole Capoch's boar, I don't think you'd believe me if you just joined the stream. Like, this started out with Andy laming Capoch's boar. Andy then going for men-at-arms to put the pressure. And then you fast forward 5-10 minutes and Capoch is absolutely destroying Andy. And it doesn't look that bad, right? But it actually is. And oh my goodness, Capoch is coming back for more. Gets another kill on the stone. This stone has cost Andy so many vills. That is brutal. 7 KD now. And again, it looks like Andy's like doing okay. Got, you know, the couple knights out of Scorpion. But the game completely shifts. As soon as Castle Age comes in, Capoch can make a castle. Go for lightest. He can go crossbow, which he's going to open with. Adds a town center as well. Could go, I wouldn't be surprised. The monastery right here, right? Wouldn't be surprised. Let's see. It should be coming soon. Monastery is really crucial with Lithuanians, of course. Every relic they get is 1 additional attack to their cavalry. And for some reason, all the relics are on this side of the map. I don't know why. There's just randomly 4 relics here. I guess that's mega random for you. I don't know what kind of player Capoch is, but I feel like a forward castle can be an option. But he's going to go for a 3rd town center. Man, oh man, does Capoch love his 3 TCs, by the way. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Andy's here with 2 knights. Oh man, this is the worst case scenario for Capoch. It should still be fine. He's miles ahead, but I mean, if Andy can ever find a way back, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. Andy's going to get 2 kills. He's finding more. He actually got good value with that Scorpion back home as well. Let's see. Andy's not going down so easily here. He's going to make Capoch work for it. Oh, there's a hole at the back, though. Oh, God. No, this is terrible. This is really bad for Andy. Andy's not reacting. Oh, God. 5 vills down. Crossbows continue going forward. And those knights, they found some kills, but it's nothing compared to what these guys are finding. This could be it. Andy's a fighter, though. Brings the Scorpion. Not thinking about calling it quits. Can we get a rewind on that? Can we get a quick replay on that one? Oh, my goodness. How can we miss a shot like that? Please tell me it was 1 hit. Satisfaction. Satisfaction. Sorry about that. It's an instant replay right there. We'll fast forward back to live. There we go. And, yeah, these guys are trading blows. Andy lost some vills, but did clear up some crossbows on the front. Capoch fearlessly going through that Scorpion. Going through like the Scorpion isn't even there. Finds another 4 kills, maybe more. Crossbow's getting so much damage. This is like 8 or 9 kills. And take a look at the economy. 32 vills for Andy now. Yeah, he's had enough. 32 vills for him. Decides to call the game. Let's get a GG in the chat for Capoch here. It's 1-1. And I think Capoch played a beautiful game too here. He got lamed into men-at-arms, and he somehow was the guy attacking for like all of Feudal Age. That is ridiculously good. Really well played for Capoch. Then goes for the monastery after 3 TC. Had enough stone for a castle very soon. So like defensive castle here or like offensive castle here. Both would be devastating. Lightest transition after getting a few relics with Lithuanians is ridiculously good too. That was just a top tier classic game from Capoch. Take a look at the stats real quick. There's one thing I want to take a look as well. One little analysis I want to do real quick, guys, while we still have some time. It was with the men-at-arms, right? So right here for Andy, as he went in with the men-at-arms, right? He found decent damage, and then he walked around a little bit more. All right, he walked around, and then for some reason, he left. Now, why did he leave? Like, what did this accomplish? He just left. He went back home. He gave Capoch so much time to just get the range down. Go back a little bit. Let's bring that back a little bit. Instead of leaving, if he just went back here with the men-at-arms, he could have traded, potentially killed 1 or 2 scouts, potentially kept Capoch at home, and Capoch wouldn't have found the hole so fast with the scouts. By leaving, I feel like Capoch just had a free game. In my opinion, that was the turning point of the game. Andy leaving with those 3 men-at-arms just did nothing for him. If you just fast forward a little bit, they went back home, right? Or they went to the corner. You kind of tried to hide them. Then they had to deal with the scouts. They found 0 value with the men-at-arms. If you take a look, they came back in a bit later, but at this point, Capoch had the archers out, and Andy's men-at-arms were basically useless. So I think that's a turning point for Andy. Men-at-arms just not finding damage. They're kind of just floating around, and Capoch sneaks out of that one with a nice win. On our winner stays on here, guys. Welcome to game number 3 on Fortress. Not Regicide Fortress. No king on this one. But still Fortress. Capoch is rocking the Berbers. And Andy is rocking the Bengalis. So, Ooh, Andy laming his own port this time around. Oh, boy. Down to no HP, though. He's down to 1 hit. Obviously, you could heal your scout, so it's not a big deal. Just want to make sure nothing bad happens to Andy here. That boiler is not the best I've seen. He gets that down. Map is really interesting. So before we take a look at the individual maps, I want to break down Fortress. Because a lot of you guys might not know about this map. This map is on the rank ladder right now. And basically, you just start with stone walls, a couple towers. You start with like 4 towers. And you also start with a castle. All right, so you have a pretty strong fortress as per the name of the map. And yeah, other than that, you get off to a decently fast start. You have a few farms, you have, you know, a few houses. You even have a barracks. So it's like a sped up Dark Age. In the late game, it's all about controlling the map. It's controlling the space. There's a few key hills. In this case, not a lot of hills between them. So we're gonna see probably a lot of flat ground fighting. But sometimes there's a few crucial hills that you want to control. The map is quite open, so like even if you start in this like fortress area, you still want to expand. Fighting for the relics is important. Fighting for the neutral resources is also pretty important. You know, gold's out here. Some woodlands could be crucial. I feel like Berbers probably the better late game civ over the Bengalis for an open spread out game. But if we're fighting in one area, I think Bengalis can be the better civilization. One thing I want to talk about as well, like the maps are not too important. They both have like decent maps, right? But one thing I want to talk about is like the Elephant Archer of Bengali, right? Super strong units. Berbers have the counter. Berbers have Camel Archers, which have a bonus damage against the Elephant Archer. And I think that's actually a really good choice for Capoch. If he can get to like Camel Archer Hussar, that's a ridiculously good comp for Berbers. Now, the relics do favor Andy. He's got 3 relics somewhat, like, kind of in his corner of the map, which is unfortunate for Capoch. Another relic also pretty close to Andy, so Capoch probably just has, like, 1 relic that he can go for. The rest are quite difficult. Noob here, what is this game mode / map? Why is there castles and walls in Dark Age? Yeah, the map is called Fortress. It's on the rank ladder, so you can play it yourself as well. On this map, you do start with the stone walls, and you start with a few towers at the castle, but you still start in Dark Age, right? So you can play this map yourself. It's a normal game mode, random map. Map is called Fortress. Take a look at the detail, by the way. I never really noticed this. Take a look at the castle. There's actually like the gate is open, and there's a little bit of rubble right next to the gate as well. Nice little detail on the castle. You never really notice this when you're playing. Only when you're casting for some reason. Only when you're watching.
Winner stays on? Is that why you're here every week, champ?
Yes, the winner stays on the casting as well. I have never lost the cast, guys. I've been a winner every single cast, every single week. And that is why I continue to cast every single week. Thank you, Gorthor, for the 12 months. Appreciate it, man. And if you guys did miss any of this, any of the prior weeks, you want to go back and check them out. They're on the GL YouTube channel. So feel free to check that out. Those watching on Twitch. Not much to really talk about here. Both players just going up to Castle Age. Reason why both players go to Castle Age, they kind of just skip Feudal Age. This is called the Fast Castle build. And this is simply because there's nothing to do in Feudal Age on this map. You can't push stone walls in Feudal Age. You can't break a castle. You can barely break the towers. So forget about feudal aggression. Both players will just simply rush to Castle Age. It's the only strat that actually works, unless you're Cumans, basically. Double bid axe coming out from Andy. It is worth mentioning as well, by the way. Bengalis have a decent unique unit. The Ratha is not too bad. So we might see a few Ratha coming out for Andy to try to control the relics. Instead of going like Light Cav, like on Arena you'd see Light Cav. But on Fortress, you might actually just see Unique Unit to control the relics. Unique Unit plus Monks. Rathas are pretty solid. Late game though, Camel Archer destroy Ratha, Camel Archer destroy Elephant Archer. Like, I have no idea how Andy will deal with will deal with Camel Archer late game. I don't know how he's going to deal with that. My guess, my theory, is that Andy will try to push in Castle / Imp. So like late Castle Monks plus a forward Castle, then Imp early, some sort of like fast Imp Treb Monk push, Treb Monk help, something like that. I think that would be really good for Bengalis. Kind of punish the Berbers early Imp. If he's not able to do that, I feel like it could be tough for Capoch. I'm not sure. Council is about to hit here. Andy looking like he's going to set up a couple town centers first. Town center on the stone right here. Oh, over here. Okay. Fair enough. And back here. Or here. I'm going to guess here. I'm going to guess here. Damn it. I was wrong both times. Me and Andy do not place the same town centers, guys. I've learned today. We do not place the same town centers. Okay. Interesting. Alright, I'll try for Capoch. Capoch will place... Okay, one here. That's an easy one. That's an easy one. I kind of got it wrong still. Where's the other one? Out here. Interesting. Capoch is building outside his base. Oh, but wait, that's so... Wait. I'm about to gas up Capoch. I think this is 200 IQ from Capoch. He's actually building to the back of his base because he knows he could get monk pushed. This is what no other caster will talk about. Capoch might know that Andy's going to fast imp and push from the front. So he's going to make his town centers at the back. I would love to talk to Capoch afterwards. I don't think it's a coincidence he made his town centers at the back of his base. I do not think that's a coincidence. And if he did that, that is incredibly smart. That is incredibly smart. Now, I could be gassing him up for no reason. Capoch is like, wait, what town centers? I was just making them. Maybe he just has no idea that like he was maybe not thinking about this. But I am pretty sure he is doing this so that if he gets pushed, a lot of his farming ecos to the back. If Andy pushes early imp and Capoch wins by having his economy back here, that would be one of the craziest plays I've ever seen. And it has nothing to do with micro. It has everything to do with brain power. We'll come back to this one. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like paying attention to like crazy details. But like, even if I was playing in this game, I don't think I'm going to think about that. I just learned that. Like, I'm going to do that shit from now on. Whether Capoch meant to do that or not, I'm stealing it. I'm taking that. I invented this, guys. I invented that. TCs to the back. Very nice. Very nice. All right. But yeah. Oh, no. No! No, Capoch! I was gassing you up, bro. Everything I just said in the last 3 minutes is complete garbage. It's complete rubbish, guys. It was unintentional. Oh, God. It was so smart, though. It was so smart. I would make the TC here now. Okay, I'm stealing it. He doesn't know, guys. So it's from now on, it's my thing. TC's to the back. TC's to the back so you don't get pushed. Oh, man. I am in tears. That is hilarious. I was literally talking him up. And then he just goes ahead and does that. And he doesn't even know he just disappointed me. No, see Hera, this is 4D chess. Andy will see the forward TC and assume there's nothing in the back. Oh my goodness. There's layers to this. Capoch intelligently made one town center to the front to bait Andy to push him. And then has most of his economy to the back. Okay, no. This is even too much for me to comprehend, okay? My intelligence does not comprehend Capoch's strategical thinking here. All right, well, listen, all memes aside, we have Andy going for a monastery. Neither player committing to unique unit just yet. So it's been just villagers, basically. It's been just villagers. Andy's on 3 TC, though. Listen, Andy being on just 3 TC makes me think he wants to go for a fast push. Unless he makes a 4th TC. 4th TC symbolizes it's not going to be a faster imp. It's going to be more of like a pure boom. Actually, a lot of people don't realize that, by the way. 4 TC boom gets you set up for like a big late game. 3 TC boom sets you up for an early in push. Like, did you guys even know about that? I'm not even sure. A lot of this stuff, no one talks about it, right? And I like that I have Wednesdays to cast, so I can kind of break down these concepts for you guys. 4 TC boom leads to a big imp. 3 TC boom leads to a fast imp. So when you see Andy making a 4th Town Center here, like if Capoch were to scout this, he can conclude that Andy will not go for, you know, an early imp push. Not necessarily, right? And like Andy could still go for it, but it wouldn't be like an optimal play, basically. Alright, 1 Wrath on the field. Anyone else think that the Ratha is such a cool unit, but like so clunky to use? Like it's like way too cool for how awkward it is to use it. What about a 7 TC boom? 7 TC boom is like when you're... 7 TC boom is like when you're chilling. Like you're playing versus AI and you're just chilling. Monk versus Ratha. Oh, Andy's gonna run. Ooh, that death animation was clutch. See the... Wait, that was such a nice death animation? Okay. Are we playing Rage Forest after this? Yes. Yes, we will play Rage Forest after this. The stream will continue.
Ask Red Phosphoru about awkward rather.
Yes, I know Red Phosphoru is obsessed with the Ratha right now. Hera's rediscovering Age of Empires just by casting it. Dude, I swear, I actually, like, the casting days are so unique for me because it lets me, like, slow down a little bit and kind of appreciate the beauty of the game. When I'm playing like I'm on crack, obviously. And I'm playing like 100, you know, 100 EAPM, just all over the place. Just spamming clicks so I can look cool for the chat. But when I get to cast it, I get to kind of slow things down. Look at it from a different perspective. Look at the details. Monk going down there. Yeah, like we thought. Capoch picked up 1 relic, but the other relics are just like hard to spot. This is so smart from Andy as well. This is another thing. Like, here's the thing. Andy is just making outposts to see what Capoch is going to go for. And to get vision of the map. And he is going to go for, like, somewhat of a faster imp. So he goes for 4 TC and still goes for, like, the somewhat faster imp. Interesting. Andy not going for the optimal play. Like, the strat's good, but it should be 3 TC into this. Nonetheless, it's not the end of the world. No, you can't pin that comment because I had the draft pin, by the way.
No, you didn't. You only pinned it for 20 minutes.
Oh, okay, okay.
Pin it again.
Yeah, please, please. Camel Archer's coming out. My bad, we're gonna have the draft pinned again for those who want to check it out. Alright, now the game's really heating up. We gotta get into serious casting mode. I see a forward castle coming in for Andy. So he's gonna go for the push. Capoch is gonna be on defense. Remember, Capoch has like the better late game unit. Like Camel Archer, I insist, it's really strong. I think the Camel Archer is probably the single unit Bengalis have no counter to besides monks. And it looks like Andy's just going Ratha, right? But Ratha alone will not do anything with this Camel Archers. They are ridiculously strong. Thing is, in an ideal world, I don't think Capoch is ready to fight right now. Like, Capoch needs a good 5 minutes. A good 5 minutes to get to 200 pop Camel Archer Hussar. But it needs to be an undisturbed 5 minutes. And he's not going to get that. Andy's at his doorstep. Andy has the faster imp. Andy's going to go Trebs right away. This is what Andy loves to do, by the way. Good economy. Fast imp. Look at the vision on the map as well. He's got so many outposts. I actually love this. The outposts are crazy good. I think he's just looking for relics. He's actually missing this relic and this relic. He's going to spot this one, though. So he wants to get the last 2 relics that he's currently not found. Ballistics coming out. Archer armor coming out. Capoch is really trying to get as many upgrades as possible before engaging here. I hope he doesn't forget, like, Bloodlines and Thumbring though. Bloodlines is so important. He's missing that one right now. He needs to get Bloodlines, Husbandry, that all the good stuff. Smart play by Andy. He's going to target the blacksmith first. Capoch will have to make a new one. And making a new blacksmith can be so annoying. Yeah, he's going to make one at the back. Minus 150 wood right there. Actually, like, think about how fast the treb pushes, like, pays back for itself. Like, Andy makes a treb, right? 200 wood, 200 gold. He kills one blacksmith, that's already 150 wood down. If he kills the market, bam, that's another 175 wood. Like, the treb pays for itself so fast. It's ridiculous. Bracer chemistry coming in. Oh, look at this stronghold here. Two castles right next to each other. That looks so cool. That looks so cool. Capoch is trying to hold on with the camel archers here. I'm like kind of cheering for Capoch in one way for this game. It's like, I just want to see the camel archer in action, you know? Take a look at this. It's so ridiculously strong. Look at how much damage it's doing. Alright, and now Andy, what are you going to go for, buddy? Maybe more monks? He's adding in ranges, so maybe he wants to go skirms. Maybe skirms can do the trick. He is getting the monk techs as well, though. Guys, Andy and monks is like burgers and fries, okay? Or, sorry, not burgers and fries. Burger and fries. You only get one burger, you get fries as well. But you need both together, right? And that's Andy. Like, Andy needs his monks to function. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Villagers, please. Please, villagers. I'm trying to see what the camel archers can do. You can't just walk out and die like that. Hera exposed multiple burgers. I can eat multiple burgers, but that's not a surprise. By the way, we're just seeing a treb war for no reason. Like, I don't think Capoch needs to take this. He's just going... He's literally just standing and banging right now with Andy. Like, that's all he's doing. Just exchanging blows for no reason with these trebs. Andy's got more. Capoch, pack up your bags, my brother. You don't need to fight this. Someone's got to hold Capoch back. This is unnatural, man. Why would you fight 3 versus 5 trebs? Oh, he unpacked, walked forward 2 steps, and repacked. I thought he was going to go back. He just had to reposition. That's so funny, man. He just wanted to reposition. This is really bad for Capoch, though. I don't think he needs to fight this right now. He could have just walked back a little bit. He now gets siege engineers. He's missing Bloodlines Husbandry. He needs Bloodlines Husbandry for these guys. Oh, Capoch gets one. Capoch is repairing with a lot of builds. I've never seen... Why are they repositioning like that? I've never seen anything like this. Capoch hits another one. Can I get a Hera Trep in the chat, please? This is ridiculous. Oh, that Trep could die, though. That Trep could die. It's like invincible. Capoch is literally just leaving this one up to RNG. That Treb is weak. Oh, Treb goes down. Casba coming in. Okay. Another Treb goes down. I think this is actually turning pretty good. This is turning out pretty good for Capoch. I was doubting it early. I still don't think he needs to take this kind of trade, but it's not too bad. Ooh, and he does take one. Okay, optimal play as a caster. Oh my goodness, big fight happening. Skirms and Wrathos coming in, but the Camel Archers are ready to take the fight. Only 55 HP though. He's missing Bloodlines. Get Bloodlines! Get Bloodlines! You're ruining my experience as a caster. Get Bloodlines, please. This is not how the fight's supposed to go. Pretend there's 20 extra HP, guys. I swear the Camel Archers are good. It's just not looking too hot right now with the reduced HP. Still, though, I think the fight's okay for Capoch. Kind of hanging up. He's winning the Treb War somehow. Capoch, get Bloodlines. Yes, he's making a stable. He wants to make Light Cap switch. He'll see the Light Cap, and he'll see the Bloodlines next to it. He needs to get those upgrades. They're so crucial. I think he's even missing Thumbring as well. Oh, God. I'm stressing. He got Light Cav before Bloodlines. He got Light Cav before Bloodlines. Get Bloodlines! He's getting Husbandry. Get Bloodlines! It's 20 HP times 31. That's like 1,000,000 HP. This is ridiculous. My goodness. And he's coming in with the monks as well. Okay, finally Bloodlines coming in 30 seconds. The 30 seconds of doom, though. We've lost half our army so far. Capoch is actually doing okay in the Treb war. He's packing up his Trebs. He's going to move forward. He's going to just inch forward. It's so funny. Inching forward. It's looking hard, though. Bloodlines finally coming in. Maybe Bloodlines can turn the fight a little bit. Andy going skirms is such a smart call, though. The skirms are such a good unit here. Capoch needs to get a few light cav on the field now. Once he gets the light cav, yeah, he's got to go back as well. Oh, this is pain. This is pain. A few trips going down. Andy behind this got 4 relics now. The monks are here. Andy is in deep Andy territory. He's got skirms and monks. This is exactly where he wants to be right now. Now, finally, Bloodlines is in. A few light cav on the field. Light cav is exactly what you need, but it looks like Andy's one step ahead. He's got the Halberdier already on the field. Halbs, skirms, a few Ratha, a few monks, and Trebs. And it looks like that's all Andy needs right now. Just trash units and Trebs, baby. Just a few Ratha. Never even got elite Ratha. Didn't need to. Just needed to get a unit on the field. Those stats are still strong without elite. And one thing I really fear for Capoch, he's on 2 castles. He's got 25% of the map. That's it. 25% of the map. Nothing more. And remember, I was talking up the Camel Archer, but I kind of put a caveat on it. It had to be Camel Archer plus Hussar. You need both. If you just have Camel Archer, you die to the skirms. You die to the monks. If you just have Hussar, you die to the halbs. You need both in combination. That's where the comp really shines. And I just feel like Capoch didn't get to both units in time. I think he focused too much on the Treb war. He needed to focus more on getting the Hussar out. And remember, he had like 30, 40 Camel Archers before. Now he's down to just 10. 10 Camel Archers. Not the most impressive DPS from those guys. Light Cav are running in one by one as well. And, you know, sadly for Capoch, looks like his days are numbered here. Andy's closing this one out. Beautiful play from Andy as well, by the way. Don't want to just point out Capoch's mistakes. We also want to point out the good plays from Andy. Crazy, crazy game here. 2-1. Andy takes the lead again. And take a look at the setup of the map. 4 castles. Andy gave no chance for Capoch to expand. Look at this. He had literally the entire map for himself. This is the vision Andy was playing with. This is what Andy saw. Andy was playing in 4D, basically. He literally sees everything. And meanwhile, this is what Capoch sees. Capoch sees an evil enemy entering his base, and he's surrounded on all sides. That's what Capoch sees. This is not a good look, man. All right, welcome back in, everyone, officially now to game number 4. Andy's currently up 2-1, but it's completely winnable here. This is going to be Capoch's home map, Pacific Islands. And we've seen this map in Warlords play out with 9 start. This time we're seeing it with 3 villager start. It's a very interesting map. I'll start by explaining the map real quick for those who might not know about it. Then we'll talk about the civilizations here. So Andy in orange is Dravidians, and Capoch in blue is Japanese. And the map is quite simple. Like, you have some water around your base, a decent amount of deep sea fish. You have a transport that you start with, by the way. And there's 2 main islands. So one, it's a bigger island in the center, and the other one is slightly smaller, but still reasonably sized. And you want to transport your scout over to those islands to decide which one you want to go to and expand. Your main island, your initial island, does not have a lot of resources. As you can see, 1 gold, 1 stone, some small wood patches, but that's about it. Expanding to the center is crucial. Aside from the 2 center islands, though, you also have external islands on the side. However, these external islands only have wood. So these are purely late game islands, nothing else, guys. So purely late game islands. Oh, actually, you do see a relic here, which is interesting. But aside from that, the fighting will be pretty much about the middle land control, because that's where all the gold and stone really is. Now let's talk a little bit about the civs. So, of course, Dravidians for Andy. Super solid water civ. Get the extra 200 wood per age up. Really good water tech tree. It's actually a civilization that has all the water tech trees. Every tech, every unit, and a unique unit, which is crazy. Like, Dravidians is the perfect water civ, it feels like. Japanese, though, not a bad water civ in their own right. They also have really nice tech tree. No unique unit on water, but they have a really nice early game as well, saving 50 wood per lumber camp and mill. They also get fishing ships that work faster and are tankier, And they get the Yosama Towers, which could be incredibly important in the late game. Yosama Towers controlling the shores on water maps is pretty damn ridiculous. Let's see how both players will play this out. I expect some water fighting plus some land fighting. You could play it fast feudal age, go for like galleys, for example, or you could play it more towards like, you know, I don't know, something like fast castle plus control the map. Fast castle plus boom, fast castle plus siege push, something like that. I think both approaches can work pretty fine. And one thing that's also worth mentioning, because both players start with a transport, you can actually scout a lot of the map. And you can even land like your opponent's main island, for example. So this map is like similar to Migration, but I think there's more going on than in Migration. I think it's more interesting than Migration. Capoch with a dock to begin. Andy also gets a dock, but Andy puts his more in the corner. Interesting stuff there. That's a passive position. That tells me he's thinking more like a fast castle. That's a lot of blood. Damn, I couldn't help but notice. Poor Rhino right there. And we'll look away. Not a lot of deep sea fish though, so like we're not going to see like big water fish booms. We're going to see mostly just a little bit of water. And then the focus will be, you know, elsewhere on the land, for example. By the way, I have been playing around with my voice on stream, with the audio, and I hope it sounds good this time around. If there's any clipping and stuff, do let me know at any point. I am really focused on my audio this time around because my audio's been kind of bugged for the last few months. I watched like 2 audio tutorials today and copied some settings. I'm hoping it sounds better. I want to sound clean, crisp, loud, but not clipping. Fast feudal for Capoch here. And it looks like fast feudal as well from Andy. Okay. We're rocking 23 workers. And what you're going to see now is that you probably want to transport over with a few villagers. You see a second dock for Capoch as well. Okay. Should be a bit louder. Okay, a bit louder, but it's otherwise good. All right, awesome. Awesome. Thanks for the feedback, guys. I appreciate it. Now we see Capoch sending 5 villagers to the center island. What is he looking for? Because it doesn't look like he's looking for a wood line. Maybe he's looking for food? Wait, what is he going for? Wait, what? Capoch, where are you going? Wait, is he just going to forward? What? He doesn't want to take this wood line? He wants to take this wood line in the center of the island? I feel like that's putting a target on your back, right? That could be like, it's a really weird play from Capoch. Why would you take the middle island? This would seem perfectly reasonable. Andy, of course, gonna spot this immediately. Now we see galleys coming out for Capoch. Andy's gonna go ahead and pick up double bidax. Ooh, Andy's no loom. Andy went up no loom. And he gets punished, loses a villager. Capoch is looking for more. He's hunting. Now loom comes in. Andy's going to be pushing away Capoch's scout. Capoch fights back a little bit. And in the meantime, he's actually the guy bringing out the galleys as well. So we're about to get some really nice Capoch water action. Also goes for a barracks at the same time on the frontier. So Capoch is going to be playing a mix of water and land. That's a really interesting opening. What's Andy going to go for? Andy's going to do something similar. Going for galleys, massing those guys up. And Andy taking a more defensive position on the land. Maybe we'll tower this up. I don't know. But looks like a few Japanese spears going to be going forward. Capoch is going to try to force a reaction. Yep. And there you go. I know a thing or two, guys. Andy is just going to go for a defensive tower. And try to stay safe while playing water. Makes a lot of sense. Excuse me. Couple galleys come in. Transports the first targets. I don't think this will die, though. Andy does have enough to defend. Yeah, Capoch will just back up. Transport is less than half HP, though. Could be problematic later on. Fish is already not that efficient right now. Now we see fire galleys coming out for Capoch. So he just went 2 galleys, then fires. Capoch might switch this up and go for like a fast castle, to be honest. It looks like he's like faking a bit of pressure on land. And then we'll simply just go for a faster castle. Wait, Capoch knows about the tower here, yeah. So he's probably not too interested in making that many archers. Because like, I don't think you're going to find too much damage unless you sit under the tower. I mean, there is the play where Capoch can rush the tower with villagers and spearmen. And then have the archers sit underneath it, right? Alright, market at home here. And is picking this one up. Oh, wait. Is Capoch killing the rhino? That's next level. He's killing the rhino from the shore. That is ridiculous. Andy's not happy about that, though. Andy's going to chase him away. Trying to keep up with everything here. It looks like Capoch was like trying to fast castle, but now realized he needs to get a little bit more on the water. Andy was a little bit more about like getting the water first and then letting the resources pile up. I feel like Andy's been a bit more decisive so far on what he wants to do. Those 2 fire ships from Capoch didn't really make a lot of sense. If you go fire ships, you have to go for the fast castle. Capoch has 4 archers with fletching. Like, is he going to make a play on this tower? I mean, it could be a really good idea if he does go for it. He needs to send 5 vills and the spearmen. And at the same time, sit the archers underneath. Then he can actually kill the tower. A lot of micro in the water here. Mix of fire galleys and galleys. Compared to the pure galleys from Andy. Looks like the pure galleys are getting better trades to start this one off. And behind this, Andy's probably going to look to click up the castle age here. Yep. Using the market a little bit. Economy is not the healthiest I've ever seen. But he's going to get up the castle age. Start mining some stone as well. Okay. Capoch has 4 archers. Ooh, Capoch is planning to land them or what? Where's his transport? No, his transport's out here. He's not going to land them to Andy's initial island. Instead, going to go for just a little bit of a loop around. Look for some free kills. Probably won't find a lot. In fact, Capoch has to watch out because, to be honest, those galleys are looking hella scary. And he just eats the rhinoceros. Oh, that could be bad for Capoch. Is that 4 archers down the drain? It looks like it. That is brutal. Great play from Andy there. Bringing those galleys back to defend the land. That is a ridiculously... Oh my goodness. That is a ridiculously good play from Andy. So much value there. Now he's up to Capoch. Capoch is nowhere near. This was a really strange investment for Capoch. Like, he spent so much in Feudal Age on those archers, and he just got 0 value from it. I think he needed to rush down the tower with the vills. It would have been a really good play. Now it looks like just Andy is just taking over a little bit. Ooh, Andy's gonna get a town center on Capoch's face. Capoch has a decent amount of archers. Like, in theory, he can deny this, I think. But he's probably focused elsewhere, like on the water here. War Galley coming in now for Andy. Capoch does not react to the town center. It might look like a bad play from Capoch, but I'm telling you, he's just not focused on it. He's just focused mainly on here, mainly on the economy. Like, he's seeding some farms, making a market, for example. So while it looks like, oh, like Capoch react, like Capoch deny this, in reality, he's just not thinking that Andy's going for this. And yeah, Andy's watching while Capoch just simply isn't. 2 archers going down. That DC, it's both a defensive town center and an offensive one, it seems. Andy might be going in a little too deep here. I think Capoch could almost like turn around and fight this if he really tried. He would need to use all of the ships at the same time, but decides to just continue running instead. doesn't want to take this engagement just yet. Game is still close. Listen, Andy probably has somewhat of an advantage right now. He's got 2 TCs. He's in Castle Age earlier. But I wouldn't say it's GG. Like, this map is really, like, a lot more complicated than just win water, win game. Capoch can still easily go for a Castle Age push. He does still have the arches as well. But Capoch will definitely suffer on water. He's going to lose quite a few of his units here. And he's doing a great job microing. Yeah, good micro from Andy there. Really well done. And now Andy goes for a castle in the center. Not messing around, this Andy guy. But 6 archers is a pretty big deal, yeah. And Andy's realizing this is a serious situation. He's gonna just go for a siege workshop. Thing is, Capoch can even like fast them here. I don't know if you want to fast them, but like he can. But no, instead he's just gonna get crossbow bodkin here. He's gonna play it a bit more, you know, standard. Crossbow bodkin gonna go over the siege workshop himself. Looking to try to continue to deny that castle. If that castle never goes up, Andy could lose the game off it. It's at 50% right now. Workshop is down. He goes for a ram first. Oof, I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like Mangonel first for sure. Obviously, Capoch doesn't know about the siege workshop, but like you have to assume Andy's gonna bring a Mangonel or something here. Mangonel does indeed come out. Andy, let's see if Capoch can react in time. Andy should get a free shot. Good reaction from Capoch, but yeah, this is enough for Andy to get the castle up. And I just feel like Capoch once again invested into the wrong thing. He goes for a ram. The ram is now useless. You know what I mean? The ram is not going to help whatsoever. The water is being won by Andy as well. Capoch is trying to switch to fire ships, but... Oh, and a Rumi swordsman come out. Look at this guy. Look at the dancing whip behind it. It's going to go up against the ram. Honestly, the ram I think could beat the Rumi one-on-one. Like, if it tried. Ooh. Mangonel fight. Oh, wait, what? Capoch took no damage? What the hell was that? Can you get a replay on that? Oh my, I guess he just dodged it. Like, that was so slick. Dodged the shot. And then gets the 1-for-0 trade. But the water is being hella annoying there. Getting some free HP. Oh, Mangonel shot on the water units too. It's nice to see. These 4 archers could be in some trouble though. Oh, Capoch gets the attack round. Andy dodges. These Mangonel fights are so intense. Keep in mind. Oh, another 1-for-0 trade. And Capoch is hitting the water at the same time. No way. Is this a classic Capoch comeback here? Gets an attack round with the Mangonel. Oh, like Capoch is turning like Super Saiyan. His hair isn't turning golden, guys. There's no hair to turn golden, but Capoch going Super Saiyan, his head starts shining a little bit, you know? He's already a bit bald, so there's already some shine, but when he goes Super Saiyan, oh my goodness, his head is so shiny. You can see it from across the street. But again, I must insist, no hair, no hair. Alright. Capoch is also starting to win water, at least forcing Andy to invest more. Nice demo there from Andy, though. Okay. Classic ball jokes. I have done a ball joke every week, by the way. I've made it a thing that every time I'm casting Capoch, I do at least one ball joke. It's mandatory, okay? All right, what's Capoch gonna go for after this? I feel like he did a nice job kind of coming back in the last few minutes, gaining some control. Ooh, that's a nice play. He's gonna land 1 Mangonel, 4 crossbows over to Andy's initial island. Andy's got nothing here. He just has villagers. This could be devastating. Most of his economy's here. Mangonel comes out, spoils the surprise right away, takes a shot, and Andy's gonna spot it now. That Mangonel kind of gave everything away. But still makes it up, you know, makes up for it. Kills 2. Three vills go down initially here, and now you still have a mangonel push. This is not bad at all. Please, please don't lose it here to the town center. Andy forced to make a castle on his initial island. This is like a really good play from Capoch. I'm super impressed with this one. This is exactly what he needed. But at the same time, Andy's not stupid. Andy's going to see this as an advantage to take out Capoch's presence on the main island. And you know what? I don't know if this is worth it. If Andy can boom here with 2 town centers, he should be in a decent spot, right? This damage was nice, but Andy's not going to like lose that many vills, right? He's going to lose a few, but he's going to stabilize. It's going to be fine. Whereas for Capoch, he's actually forced to just go to the complete opposite island. He has just been completely kicked out. Wood is slightly inefficient as well. Water presence, it's about even. I would give a slight advantage maybe to Capoch over the next 2 minutes. He seems to be investing more into water. This game has been so messy so far. Yeah, Capoch has no gold, by the way. This town center will finally get him some kind of mineral access. Yeah, there you go. Went for a mining camp, but no gold. That's rough to produce water units. So even though Capoch wants to invest into water, he needs to use the market to even be able to produce like a single ship. And he will clear this up with a Rumi. Yup. A Rumi slap. Capoch's transfer ship's being chased out as well. No worries, he's got another one back here. And he's got 12 minutes of idle TC, by the way. That is a lot of idle TC.
Nothing gets me through a 5-hour airline delay like watching the VOD of number 7 in a row. Grats less than 3.
Thank you, Juice Goose, for the prime and the kind words. 7 STs in a row, guys. We've been on quite a streak. Hope I can make it 8 with Red Bull. That would be crazy. Transfer ship is still bringing vills over. Oh, no. This could be bad. This could be bad. Okay, he drops off the 7 vills. This is fine. Transport goes down, but it's fine. The 7 vills are safe. Still feel like Andy is in a pretty good position. Like, Capoch has 2 TCs here, right? He's gonna have this island completely for himself. On the flip side, Andy will have this island. It feels like the stalemate is really the water. Like, both players have 1 island. It just comes down to the water. So I think that's going to be where a lot of these players put their focus on the next few minutes. And it looks like Andy, I thought it would be Capoch doing better on water, but it looks like Andy's the guy doing better so far. Getting the better trades. That's a nice demo though from Capoch. And he's just getting better trades. Feels like he's just doing more at the moment. Castle from Capoch goes up. Imperial Age is the next kind of breaking point for the game. And looks like Andy's about to click up. Andy's got 2 castles as well, so he's done a good job in Castle Age. Stabilize the game. So click up to Imperial Age now. Reasonable time on Imp. Demo goes in. Nice shot from Capoch. Just some trades back and forth. But like as far as the win condition for Capoch, it's gonna be only in late game. Like, that's basically it. Only in late game.
here a friend can invite me to stay on. Everyone choose Celts Arabia, see who eat most TC.
Thank you, Huang, for the donation. Can I invite you to Winter Stays On? Honestly, I would love to, Huang. If you get onto Winter Stays On, Huang, I'm gonna make a special week where it's Arabia only. Arabia Celt War. Let's see who's the best Huang. I think that would be perfect. A special episode. Long term, I want to point out that Andy has more resources on his main island. Or on like the middle island, right? Like, Capoch has probably the same amount of gold and stone, but as far as wood goes and space, Andy has the bigger island. It is worth mentioning. I don't think it's going to come down to that necessarily. I think Andy's got a big enough lead so he can push. He doesn't need to stall out for the resources, but still worth mentioning that Andy also does have a strong late game advantage here. Is that the real or fake Huang? It's a real Huang. Ooh, wait, what is this? Capoch lands a castle. Oh, okay. Ambitious play though, because Andy already has a castle here. So I feel like Andy could just get the trebs out. This is maybe Capoch's attempt at making the game messy. It's going to be fast fire opening from Andy. Looks like Capoch is also planning to go for a fast fire opening. Probably galleons are best overall in these choke points. But obviously opening fast fire is probably a good idea. I expect Andy to respond with trebs here as soon as he can, or else he risks losing a lot on his initial island here. Yep, goes through some trebs. One minute to go for Capoch's imp. Okay, Imperial Lich comes in for Capoch. What's he gonna go for here? He's gotta pick his priority very carefully. He's gonna go trebs on the initial island of Andy. I'm not sure if that's a good choice because I feel like he's gonna lose the treb war either way, but we'll come back to that one. If he can defend this one and win the treb war, this could be huge. Like, clearing Andy out of this area is really good. That's all of Andy's farms are here. He's got 20 farms on the initial island and only like 10 on the main island. So that's definitely a good thing for Capoch to go for, but it's just risky. If he loses the castle anyway, then investing into more trebs is just going to put him further behind. Also picks up fast fire ships to compete on water a little bit. Military count and like population is actually kind of neck and neck. They're only 6 pop away. This is a very close game. It just looks like Andy's a little bit further ahead in what he needs to go for. He's got cannon galleons already on the field. One of those guys coming out. Could easily snipe the treb with those guys. Unless Andy can snipe them with the fast fires. Sorry, unless Capoch can snipe them with the fast fires. But those cannons are just so crucial. Heavy demo also coming out for Andy. Heavy demo is ridiculous. It's going to be a really good upgrade to go for. It's just fast fire action on fast fire, but the demo breaks that big demo there. A huge demo from Andy. Heavy demo is definitely the way here. Definitely the way. Yeah, and Capoch lost the castle. Andy's going to lose the trebs. So, honestly, Andy's reacting just beautifully to all of Capoch's aggression. Capoch's going to try to run away, but that treb is guaranteed to go down. The villagers will go down as well. This is looking more and more like a GG. It looks like Andy's going to take the win. Guys, honestly, I kind of regret putting handicap for Andy. Like, I know Capoch is a 3-week champion, but Andy's, he's coming in here to play today. I mean, I don't regret making it hard, but I just feel like maybe the handicap is a bit too much. Andy being able to snipe 4 of Capoch's first picks. Capoch, of course, did repick 4 civs. Listen, if Capoch complains about the handicap, I'm going to blame my admin. My admin created the draft. I just okayed it. But there is a real reality. I don't know if you can say that, real reality. But there's a reality here that's Capoch has had the weaker civ in every game. So the fact that he's potentially won 3, it looks bad, but he's actually playing pretty well despite the setup, despite the situation. Yeah, there's no handicap like in game. It's just I give a handicap in the draft. I'll explain it after the game, between games. Of course, those who are watching on YouTube, you guys caught the start of the episode. You guys know all about the handicap. Yeah, it is supposed to be harder the longer you last. Exactly. I don't want people to come in here and win $1,000 for free. It's supposed to get increasingly hard as the game goes on, as the format goes on. Capoch is a 3-week champion, so I really wanted him to work hard to win this 4th week. But Andy with the better civ here with Dravidians. Honestly, he's been playing a really good game. He's just reacted to everything Capoch went for. He got shipwright earlier. I mean, I don't think Capoch is dead. Capoch still has a lot of gold. I don't want to count him out too early. The thing is, though, I just don't see Capoch... Oh my god, like that heavy demo was crazy. I don't see Capoch getting to where he needs to be with like the galleons before Andy just absolutely wipes his entire base. Another heavy demo coming in. And Capoch is just surrounded. His island is just surrounded. Demos! Oh my goodness. Demo on demo action is just disgusting. More demos coming in. Heavy demos are so broken, by the way. They are ridiculously broken. They tank forever, and they also do massive damage. Crazy how strong they are. Yeah, Capoch, the galleon text coming in, but like, honestly, all he has is villagers. He's on 4 military, and he's 200 pop. And it's looking rougher and rougher for Capoch here. What I think should happen here is, like, I think Capoch should give this one up, reset mentally, and aim for that comeback in the set. Remember, it's not over. How long has Andy been playing AW2? And Andy's been playing AW2 for like 10 plus years, I believe. He is a veteran of the game, but I think he took a break and came back or something like that with DE. But he's been playing for quite a while. Mostly a deathmatch player, but did make the switch to random map semi-recently. Maybe a few, like 3-4 years ago. And he's been playing pretty solid ever since. Crazy demo on that dock. 4 bills go down, and as Capoch brings up the docks, they just go down because the cannon galleons are waiting to take them out. Look at this. These are not even elite cannon galleons. Elite cannon galleon. No, elite Arumi swordsman. Oh. Elite Arumi swordsman. And why did we go for those? We have 7. We have 7 Arumis. But I guess the elite upgrade was necessary. Now elite cannon galleon comes out. Only a 30-second upgrade. So like, crazy. I just feel like Andy's got everything he needs. Capoch hanging on to this one a little longer than usual. He is a fighter. The elephant ram's coming in. Look how chunky this guy is. Come in here, elephant ram. They call him an armored elephant. He does like splash damage, by the way. So he actually hits the villas around him a little bit, which is really cool. People don't really know that. I think he only does splash damage if he's actually hitting a villager, though. I'm not sure about that. Small pushback from Capoch. It's actually not like a bad pushback, but he's not going to get a clear up. He's just pushing Andy back, but Andy like goes back, stabilizes, and he still has a really insane setup. Like full galleon, few cannons. Castle's going to go down. I don't even know why Capoch is hanging onto this castle. I guess if it goes down, the Urumi could just come in and clean everything. Urumi are already at the back. 145 pop for Capoch. Pacific Islands is it's one of those maps where it's hard to end the game, but it's usually a slow and painful death for the loser. Like you don't get snowballed, you just kind of die from like 1,000 cuts, because now Capoch is gonna start running out of gold. He's gonna start running out of wood because his main island, his villagers are getting harassed. He's got nothing on a starting island anymore. All the trees are gone. And Capoch has felt the pain enough. 3-1. He calls the GG. He's got a GG in the chat for Andy there. Well played as well. Honestly, I feel like Capoch played a pretty decent game. But if you go back to this moment, we'll check the stats first, real quick. Take a look at the units produced. Take a look at the stats first, but I want to talk about a turning moment there. It was in Feudal Age. Okay, I want you guys to use your imagination as well. We're gonna go back to Feudal Age. Okay, right here. Like I timed it perfectly. Right here. Okay, Capoch had 4 archers, right? And he has fletching. And he had 5 vills. Imagine the situation. Andy's up to Castle Age. If Capoch... This is what Capoch sees. If Capoch sent the 5 vills... Oh, actually, even before this. Wait. Before this. Yeah, before he lost those 4 archers even. So it could have even been earlier, right? We had 4 archers, right here, before Andy picks up the castle. If he sent those 5 vills in, hit the tower, 4 archers behind, with the 2 spears and the scout... I think he kills the tower, and he can kill all these vills, and he wins the game on the spot. Or at least force Andy to run 5 vills away via transport. I think Capoch literally wins the game on the spot if he does that. The only defense is Andy walling in the tower, but he clearly was not thinking about that. So, not thinking of that play for Capoch completely ruined his chances. And instead what he did something pretty bad actually. He actually went for a sneak attack, and ended up getting cleared up. All those 3 archers, 4 archers, the 2 spears, cleared up. He got no value. He killed no villagers even. Maybe 1 vill? I don't remember. No, I think 0 vills. Which is ridiculous, right? So, yeah, definitely could have been a lot better. Bob rushing that tower would have been the play, and I think Capoch would win if he did that. Game number 5 between Andy and Capoch. We're going to fast forward this one. Apparently, I was a little late. I was doing some analysis on the last one. But no worries, we just missed a couple minutes of the early game. Not the end of the world here. Alrighty here. We got Andy playing in orange as the Georgians. And we got his opponent. It's going to be Capoch playing in blue as the Persians. And map is Gold Rush. Listen, it's quite a simple map. You got gold in the center. You got wolves in the center. And whoever claims that hill usually wins the game. This hill is so important. Lets you control all the gold in the center. But you can't rush towards the middle. Like, if you rush to the middle too early, like make a tower in Feudal Age, then the guy can just go Castle Age and just clear you with knights. So it's very important to only go for the center once you can actually hold it. What does value % gold means? Value is how much resources in terms of military on the field. So here it's 80 because the scout costs 80 food. So both have 80. And percentage gold is how much % is gold, and this is 0 because the scout costs no gold. That's how you read that stat. The map pool for winner stays on is the ranked ladder. 7 maps on the ranked ladder for the best of 7. So remember, you qualify through the ranked ladder. You have to be top 100 to sign up. And once you play, if you're picked, we choose the competitors at random. If you're picked, you play the ranked ladder in the actual tournament. So it's a very interesting concept here. I really like it a lot. Capoch is rocking the Persians, by the way. Persians, I think it's a weaker civilization than Georgians. So like once again, Capoch has a civ loss. It's been a tough round for Capoch. But I think it's still playable. It's not like Georgians are that much better. On a map like Gold Rush, I think Persians can definitely keep up. Capoch is going to go ahead and push in some deer here. And both players like to go for the deer pushes. Nice little mule card at the back for Andy. That's a weird woodland, by the way. Just on the edge of the map. Has a few really good woodlands at the back. Nice little stone gold as well set up. Capoch, also a pretty decent setup. Like, solid woodlands. Definitely the map is looking a little bit worse for Capoch, though. The front is very open. I guess the same can be said for Andy, but like the side is just so easy to wall. Kind of gives him a lot more space to secure at the back there. Yes. Why do people never push deer to mill? It's very simple. You have most of your vills under the TC. So like, why would you push to the mill where you have like 1 or 2 vills? Or like max 4 when you can push the TC where you have like 12. More people can eat the food here, which means less rotting. Alright, Andy's gonna go 18 population. No loom to the next age. The typical fast Georgians opening. Capoch, something similar with the Persians here. Gonna go for 19 pop with loom. And we'll click up a few seconds later. Oh, I don't think you can trap 3 vills here. They might bump a lot on each other. I guess maybe you can. Yeah, she's gonna get stuck. I don't think you can do that. I think trapping 3 is too much. Oh god, like Capoch, he really didn't need problems like this. This is gonna be so annoying for Capoch. I think there's gonna be vills trapped every single time now in that wood line. Capoch will be walling up the left-hand side. In the past 3 weeks, we've seen Capoch like basically invincible against a pretty strong host of players as well. We had guys like Turs come up. We had guys like Lewis. We had guys like El Matador. These guys are like 2K5 players. Maybe 2K3 in the case of Turs. And Andy... I think Andy's bringing something different to the table here. Andy's not just a strong player. He's a strong player that's versatile. Well-versed on a bunch of different maps. Very, very strong. On a wide variety of settings. And also plays a unique style. And it's proven to be difficult for Capoch to keep up with that. Yeah, she's just stuck. That was really weird for Capoch. Trapping 3 vills like that was probably not it. Back home though, Andy's just gonna go for a standard Georgian scout rush. His map is honestly perfect. Like, I feel so bad for Capoch playing against Georgians, and the Georgian player has a perfect map too. He's gonna wall up everything. He's got back gold, safe stone as well. Ooh, Capoch did take a cow. Okay, take a cow. Don't run into the spearman. Oh, rough. Rough stuff for Capoch here. Of course, he's dealing with a lot back home as well. Capoch is going for the full walls himself. Didn't even commit to a stable. Just went for walls. Okay. Interesting. And that spearman will chase this guy all the way around. All the way back. I think Capoch is the type to micro him the whole time. I don't think Capoch will lose this guy to the spear. Wait. Oh, that was so close. That was so close. Ooh, there's been a hole. A little bit of a hole here. Capoch will wall that up. Honestly, those guys are now going to be trapped inside Capoch's base, though. To be fair. These guys are going to be trapped. Hold on. Oh, Capoch cannot afford to lose a vill here. He cannot afford to lose a vill. Some idle time is fine. This is just so annoying. Those scouts are healing as well. Georgian scouts known for the healing. And this is something really nice. Andy still has no loom. Andy skipped loom entirely, keeping him a villager ahead of Capoch the whole game. That's so smart. Andy's playing just so well. He really showed up today. I don't even think Capoch is playing bad. I think Capoch showed up pretty nicely today. But Andy just seems to be one step ahead. Using the civ advantages to to perfection, basically. Yeah, and now it's just going to be a lot of hitting and running because Andy knows he can heal. He could commit to this villager as well. All he has to do is not lose a scout. If you lose a scout, it's bad. If you keep them alive, they heal. And it's like nothing bad happened, ever. Get that idle time. Andy might start pulling ahead in res collected here as well. So far, pretty close, though. Ooh, big engagement from the scouts. Looking for the Vill. Capoch is trying to wall him in, but it goes down. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Capoch resigns early. Honestly. Like, I think at this point, he must be so tilted. Dealing with Jordan scouts, look, they're gonna heal. It's so defeating. It's mentally defeating. Those two scouts are causing so much chaos. Capoch lost the Vill to it. It would be wise for Capoch to continue playing, for sure. But, like, mentally, I don't think I'd blame him for resigning early here. Of course, there's a lot of money on the line, especially for Capoch. I know it's looking grim for this one, but if he can somehow pull this one back, he wins this week and the next, he secures himself another $700, which is it's definitely a good amount of money here to fight on for. Push through these mental struggles. All right, stable coming up now for Capoch. Okay. Also getting wheelbarrow behind it. Probably want to see a blacksmith as well. Andy's up the castle edge. And I just feel like Andy is just a step ahead here. Going to Castle Edge first, kill Deville, still with no looms, had a smooth economy back home, and has the full wells down with the market as well. Just a little bit extra over Capoch. Always just doing a little bit better in terms of the details. One hit, the scout still alive. We're gonna heal that up. We are gonna heal that up. Has Capoch won every week since the start until now? Yes. Capoch has been the champion since the inception of Winner Stays On. And he's at 3 weeks in a row now. This is his 4th week. Andy's looking to stop him. Remember, every week that comes by... Ooh, the trap! That's what Capoch needed. Oh, that must feel so good. That must feel so satisfying. You kill the 2 scouts, and all of a sudden, right? Like, Capoch has full exploration because he's been scouting the map. All of a sudden, Andy's like a little bit exposed. He's forced to make a few more spears. Looks like Andy's gonna go all the way to the top of the hill and make a town center, maybe a monastery. Yep, church in the center for Andy. Looking to claim that one. It does put a target on his back though. Going early to the center again, it could look really good. Could also put a target on your back. Could be a pretty easy area for Capoch to push, but let's be real, the church is insane to defend. Like, the church is really strong. 2400 HP is so solid. Monks and garrison in and out. Also shoots a few arrows when garrisoned. Now, Andy finally grabs loom. Andy also goes for his 2nd town center at home. And now a 3rd town center in the center. So Andy's grabbing the middle, but still going for more or less an economy approach. Looks like Capoch is going to go for a 2nd town center himself. Now adding a monastery. Okay. Now Andy just quickly brings a relic back. Yep. Pretty quick there.
Buy the fig and the olive.
Thank you, Kate Smithoff. Appreciate it. I said 6 months. I know what you're talking about. Ooh, camel goes down. Okay. Andy's got the control. Like, once again, Andy's got the control. But this time, okay, this time Capoch is thinking. This time Capoch is not going to autopilot the 3 TCs. He's staying on 2 TCs, and he's actually going to be massing up a lot of stone. He wants to go for a forward castle. Okay, I like this. This I can get behind. I don't like that he lost the camel, and look, Andy's just healing back everything. Like, Andy's fighting, and then running back to heal. And Capoch is just getting abused by that. And Andy is trying to force fights. Capoch needs to just chill a bit. Mass up some army and go for one big push. One big push with a forward castle, I think could be problematic for Andy to deal with. A couple monks on the field now for Capoch. He picked up a relic earlier. Being forced back. Andy did see the stone being taken though, right? Andy now knows about the stone, which is, I think, something... I don't, it's a small detail. I don't know if he'll catch on to it. Like, Capoch is planning to forward castle the center of the map. Didn't really think you'd get it, to be honest. Of course I can get it. I know what you're talking about. I appreciate the sub. Andy's going to play Defend the Hill right now. Defend the Hill with monks, healing knights. Just kind of chillax a bit. That's what Andy wants to do. Capoch wants to force something. There it is. This is going to be super epic. Ooh. The scouts go in. Only one conversion for Andy. Oh, no, but Andy does get the full 3 conversions. Let's see. Capoch gets back 2. Capoch goes for a castle on the farm. Oh, my goodness. This is really, really epic couple moments here. Andy's going to start making some houses. Oh, he's going to take away the foundation space. Now, where does Capoch put it? At the bottom of the hill. It's not as good of a castle as he could have gotten. Smart play from Andy to make those 2 houses. And now Andy's going to go into panic mode. Second church going down. He needs to try to survive this castle forward from Capoch. Smart play from Andy, though. Those 2 houses were crucial. Forcing the castle on the bottom is very, very good. Castle on the hill is way stronger than castle near the bottom of the hill. Okay. Few monks on the front here for Capoch. You know, I think Andy did a good job defending, though, to be fair. Like, that castle's not doing that much. It's gonna kill the 1 town center, but he's fine with the 2 churches. He's still okay. And he gets a couple conversions. Those monks will die, though. Those mics. I always call them mics every now and then. Those monks will die. Ram is coming out now for Capoch. Look at that. And now a defensive castle from Andy. And Andy holds the hill. This has been a masterclass of defense from Andy so far, honestly. Capoch is diving in, but it's just... I don't know about that. I don't know about this play from Capoch. He's diving in deep. The church is actually pushing the monks back, kills 2 of them. And Capoch just went straight into the meat grinder. Look at that. That is not a good fight for Capoch. Oh my goodness. He gets walled in from Andy. Ridiculous. Ridiculous play from Andy there. That was so good. That was perfect. That was just going to heal up. Capoch lost his entire push. The castle's going up. Andy's got everything. He's got the hill. He's got the gold. That is ridiculous. The church is so good. The church is just so broken. Honestly, I have to admit, guys, I think me giving 4 snipes to Andy was too much for the series. I think I gave him too much of an advantage. It should have been maximum 2 snipes. I feel bad for Capoch as well in hindsight now. Because giving Andy all these top level civs has just been like really punishing here for Capoch. I did want to make it hard for the champion. I did want to make it hard, but maybe just maybe I made it too hard today for Capoch. And Andy showed up to play, man. He's just playing super solid. It's often hard to make those calls. That being said, we could have a new champion here for Winner Stays On. Andy's going for the raids now with the Knights. They've been healing all day as well, by the way. The Knights have been healing all day. Ridiculous value. Now getting so many Vil kills. Capoch goes for the quick walls. And we'll get him. We'll get him. Okay. Not the end of the world for him then. We'll lose a few Vils. Maybe he can recover. The damaging thing, though, is that like Andy's got infinite gold now. Virtually infinite gold. It's been tough. One ram for Capoch. Andy's thinking about Imperial Age too. In his position, I feel like most players would just spam Knights. He's just going to go Imp instead. Fear the wind. Doesn't want to throw. I would like a second castle right here from Andy. Second castle right here would be just beautiful. Or maybe like a castle at home. Or maybe like right here, for example. Just get a second castle somewhere. Another church comes down. He's making the churches for the Georgian bonus as well. The extra 10%. Now we see another castle. Yep. Perfectly placed. I think Capoch is looking. Oh, Capoch places his castle first. But I don't think it matters because Andy's up to imp. Andy makes a castle. This could be denied. Can it? No, the Manaspa are there. Oh, Manaspa are there. Andy goes back. Oh, Andy gives it up. Andy says, you know what? I'm chilling. I'll make the castle back here. I'll treb you down. Yeah, look, and these small decisions, right? This is actually so nice from Andy. Like, he wanted the castle here. He sees Capoch makes it here. No problem. He just makes it to the back. And he's just gonna treb. Like, it's all good. For Andy, he's chilling. One elephant on the field. Capoch is desperate. No, he gets converted. He gets converted. I can't with this game, guys. It's too much. Like, I just feel so bad for Capoch. He had to deal with Georgian scouts healing in his base. Now, like, finally, after all this push, couldn't really crack him. Goes for an elephant, gets converted. I just feel so bad for Capoch here. Imperial just coming in. I don't think Capoch has a chance to hold this as well. Like, Manaspa, with two castle trebs. Does the Persian elephant heal? I don't think so. Yeah, converted units do not heal. I guess. I don't know. Maybe if you convert a knight, it heals? I'm not sure. But the elephant's not healing. Alright, Capoch is hanging in as much as he can here. He's gonna try to go camels. And now Andy's gonna be trebbing with the hill advantage. So those trebs are gonna do a lot of damage. Especially this bottom castle. And I don't think the Manaspa are countered by camels, honestly. I really don't think the Manaspa are countered by camels. I think the Manaspa do enough damage to where, yes, camels can deal with them. But I think the Manaspa, if they have just a couple extra over the camels, they win the fight. The camel's more or less just a soft counter, right? Elephant's going back. He's gonna maybe heal it with the monks. That castle on the bottom is gonna die so fast. It's taking like 500 treb hit. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Downhill hits are just ridiculously strong. A couple of Andy's monks will go down. A small victory for Capoch, but Capoch is losing the castles. Andy's been taking so much gold. Like, Eco Collected is up 6k res. Heavy Camel, it's going to take a minute 40 for that tech to come in. I don't know if we can stall a minute 40 for Capoch here. The monks are rolling in. Andy's looking to close this one out. Andy is looking to close this one out. Andy gets a few conversions with the monks. It's looking like a decent fight for Capoch, actually, which is weird to say. Like, he's significantly out-teched right now, but like, it's just fighting well. War Elephant goes down. But yeah, the reinforcements are going to be crazy good for Andy, and Capoch calls the GG. Let's get a quick clap in the chat. Quick GG, well played for our new winner of Winner Stays On. Our new champion, Andy, has dethroned Capoch. Capoch is on a 3-week streak, and he taps out. Listen, this is what's happening. Capoch, he will get $50 for losing today, and he gets $300 for the last 3 weeks. So Capoch is leaving with $350. In 3 weeks' time, that's not a bad, that's not a bad month's work. $350 USD for Capoch is going to be solid. I think he's definitely earned it. Really well played. As a champion, we salute you, Capoch. Shout out to him for sure. Put on a really nice performance week in, week out. He was beating the players that were on paper worse than him. Even if we gave them draft advantage, he was still beating them. Then we got a player like Andy. Andy is a player that on paper is even better than Capoch, maybe on par with Capoch. The draft advantage, I think was a bit too much. So in hindsight, I regret putting that much draft advantage for Andy today. I think probably a smaller advantage or no advantage at all would have been better. But I did make it a play. I did make it a note that I wanted to make it hard for the champion to win 5 straight. Winning 5 straight had to be tough. but maybe I did it a little bit too much. We are going to pick the next week champion right now, all right? Or the next week challenger. The champion is going to be Andy. Andy will be playing next week. I'll quickly show you guys the stats. And I'm not going to analyze this game too much. I think start to finish, Andy just had the advantage. I will apologize to Capoch for the very harsh draft for him today, because honestly that was a bit challenging. GG's guys. Sorry, Capoch. The draft was too hard. Great run though. You get 350 is the total. See you next week, Andy. All right, well played to both. We're going to be rolling for the challenger now. Just to give you guys some context, we have a player database of players that are around looking to challenge on Winner Stays On. I will not let anybody play that has already played. I will give other people a chance. If you've already played on Winner Stays On, you can't get picked again. And you have to be top 100 currently to be picked. So this is my sign-up sheet. All right, you see my webcam now as well. This is my sign-up sheet. You see, maybe I gotta zoom out a little bit more as well. It's really hard to see the names, but you can kind of make them out here from 1 to 36. If you full screen, you really zoom in. 1 to 36. I got a few players in here, like Capoch is number 2, but he can't be picked. I got a few players in here, like Lewis already played, so he can't be picked. But I'll be rolling 1 to 36 in an RNG. Setup here, give me 1 second. RNG 1 to 36. All right. There we go. So, no, 36. So this is going to be 1. This is going to be 36. All right. First one I generate is random. All right. I always do it just to make sure it works. First one is random. That's random. Next one I roll, we're going to see which player it corresponds to. So next one I roll is going to be 10. Number 10 is... Ooh! Number 10 is GL Doubt. No freaking way. We have Doubt coming in as the challenger next week. Andy will be playing against Doubt next week on Winner Stays On. That is a hype matchup. That is ridiculous. Stay tuned for that. We're going to contact them both. Just in case Doubt is not up for the challenge, I will roll a backup. In case Doubt can't play, I will roll a backup here. The backup is going to be Doomster. Is Doomster top 100? Let's take a look. Let's take a look if Doomster's top 100. Doomster, do I see you? Check his rank in the chat, guys. Where's Doomster at? Is he even here? I don't think he's higher than Viper, right? I don't see Doomster. I see Dragonstar. Doomster? He's ranked 47. Doomster's ranked 47. Okay, he just hasn't played, but he is ranked 47. Okay, Doomster's the backup. Doomster's the backup. He's ranked 47. He's going to be the backup here. And, yeah, he will be, just in case Doubt can't play, he will be the backup. But that's going to be it for today. I will do a quick outro for YouTube, guys. Thank you so much for watching on the GL YouTube channel. For those watching on Twitch, if you guys missed any of the action, you want to watch it back, check out the GL YouTube channel. Every single week will be posted there. Go subscribe there. They've got other content as well that you guys can check out. So definitely check out the GL YouTube channel for that. And yeah, on YouTube, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe if you guys want to see more Winner Stays On. Next week, we got Andy, the champion, versus Doubt, the challenger. I'll be casting it, and I'm really excited. Take care, and bye for now.